Hello, welcome to Jade Kind Gaming. My name is Adam, and today I will be unboxing Honey Buzz 100% Organic Strategy, a board game by Elf Creek Games. It looks cute. So, shrink wrap to remove. Yeah, on the side it tells you 1 to 4 players, 45 to 90 minutes. And it does have sides for both vertical and horizontal storage. From the back of the box. Spring has sprung in Sweetwater Grove. The flowers are blooming, the bees are buzzing, and the bears are getting awfully hungry. Is a honey stand really the key to peace and prosperity between all the woodland creatures? It just may be. In Honey Buzz, the bees have discovered economics, and the queen has devised a plan to corner the bear market. You've been entrusted to manage a portion of the hive to produce honey and improve the bee economy. Sell this honey in bulk to the bear market or fulfill specific orders placed by the woodland critters. Forage, build, produce, and sell, all the while vying for the queen's favor. When the market closes, be the player with the most money, and you'll be rewarded with a victory most sweet. Go. Little tabs for opening there. And oh, the inside of the box. Honeycomb pattern. Okay, so we have our rulebook. Components. Game setup. A lot of things here to be 2, 3, or 4 players. 2, 3, or 4 players. Game setup. Again, more just different setup for different number of players. Sequence, take a tile, which lets you make a beeline, expand the hive, take hive actions, or recall workers. Retrieve workers, scout for nectar. Just all the little woodland creatures in here, so cute. Different hive actions as you go: forage, produce, market, new bee, or decree in accounting. Different cell patterns to match different types of honey. And then the queen, vying for the queen's favor. You have different queen's contests, contests of speed, and final contests. Ending the game when a couple of conditions are met. Running out of orders and having resources drop in value. Do your final scoring, coins, honey and pollen, contests, and orders. There's an advanced variant. It's a bit of a way to mix things up once you get used to it. And a solitaire variant if you want to play the game without anyone else. Contest guide, clusters and straight lines. Yeah. And right here, the rule book is bags. We got a bag. Inside the bag, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more bags. So 7 bags total to store components. Because, of course, it looks like there are a lot of things that will be being punched out here. We have our forage tokens in the different player colors. And we have various nectar tiles. So different nectar tiles and different types of nectar have different light or dark sided edges. And then they also, so all 3 of these ones are the same nectar, but they're different backs. I believe these backs are what's used for the advanced variant, where there's like a memory aspect to the game. But yeah, so different things for that. These are, getting the rule book. These are the player aids. And okay, so the player aids, like the tiles and such, are hefty cardboard, but they show the different actions to help you remember those, and the different types of patterns for the different types of nectar. We get a bunch of tiles here, and the tiles should be the same on front and back. But of course we have different ones for the different actions, like, hold on, let me pull up my little guide here. Like our forage action or our new bee action. We have different coins. 1, 5, 10, 20, different value of coins, which appear to be, what, leaves, acorns, and bear paws. You know, whoever's paying the money. Of course, different actions, more new bee. We have decree. We have accounting. We have produce. More coins. And this, what is this? This is the fan token, which I believe is used when using the produce action. Not in the market. I don't know if I've seen the market yet on here. But again, more of these hive tiles, more coins, more fan token. You know, these all had the same die cut base, of course, and so there was one too many apparently. But yeah. And then this one has one too many here. But more coins, and these are probably, yeah. These are the starting hive tiles, which have the different player colors. And even just like that simple design, the pretty different flowers and such. Very nice. Let's see. Here we have our different player boards and the first player marker. So, I don't know. Yes, okay. So there is green, yellow, pink, and blue player boards. Probably the same on both sides. More or less. Yeah. But, yeah, so you have your different player board where you can keep these. And then we have, like, the main boards. We have this here, the woodland board. This end, I believe, is what's different. This is the advanced side. And then just the basic game side of be able to explore for the different nectar tiles. And there's different number of tiles depending on 2, 3, or 4 players. Of course, single player has different rules. And then there's different spots for your orders. And is this the bear market? There's also a hive board. We have a different hive board for 1 to 2 players, which is 3 to 4 players, which separates these two, it looks like, is the big difference. But yeah, well, these are the spots where your different types of standard hive tiles would get stacked up to be purchased, and then of course have your queens contest in the middle. Then we got all these components. And oh, even more spots to organize and sort things. Lovely. Okay, let's see what we got here. Out. Like some of these, like that's gonna fit Your tiles are going to be able to stack up here. The nectar going to fit in here. I'm betting this is sized for just the your starter hive tiles, and the rest of them go here. This is great. This is great organized tray. I always nerd out about fun tray organization. It makes the game experience better. And maybe I'm weird, but that's always a thing that I greatly appreciate. And I'm like, why are there so many bags to store things in if there's such a great tray? But I guess they're just covering their bases. Anyways, we have our drone. No, we have our beeples. Worker beeples. Yes, we have our worker beeples for the different colors. There's 10 of each color. So we have our blue, and they're little wooden tokens, and these slits are passed all the way through. Light shines through there. But yeah, so just little worker beeples. And then you have the other colors. Green, yellow. I'll also open pink because when played with my wife, which is the primary way that we will be playing this, she'll play pink, I play blue. We are predictable. We have that, but this bag also contained these two drone beeples that are used for solo, apparently. So, some extra components for solo. There are pollen tokens, which are just little odd-shaped bits in various colors. Colors do not matter for the pollen, apparently. But we have 15 pollen. And you! Excuse me. And, there's another bag here. It contains more bags here. There's 28 honey. Now, the honey is in 4 different types. And that does matter, because they're the different types of honey. They're like gelatinous. They're like they squeeze, like they just have like the faintest bit of like give to them. There's one more in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there are 7 of these, which makes sense because there's 4 types and 28 total according to the components page that's I've been using for everything here. But I did not expect the texture of these. They're like almost like, I don't know. Is it rubber? I don't know. But there is like almost like a gummy kind of texture. Like they're that's fun. Not at all what I expected. I very much expected, and I'll just get one of each of the other ones out. There's going to be 7 of each type. These other 3, and they're all that same kind of texture, putting together with this one. But like, I see this and I think of like almost like the little like beads that I have that I, you know, in my youth used to use as monsters in D&D, and I think they're designed for like floral arrangements and such. But like, they're glass, and I expected that. I did not expect this weird kind of gummy thing. And they're apparently, you know, it says like different types of honey by color. Of course, these 2 for me are going to be basically this exact same color. But they're definitely different shapes. So they're also always referenced by shape when you see them in the different areas. So I can tell the difference of them by their shape. They are all different color on here, just not the physical ones. Of course, finally, we have our cards is the last component here. Let me... So, we have various cards. that come from the printer all mixed up wild-like. Okay. That's fun. I will worry about sorting those later. We will just get a general vibe, and I will express here that there are 26 order cards, which should be spread over small orders and large orders. 17 configuration card, which I think is like how you set up your initial game configuration. 12 Queen's Contest cards, which are the different objectives, and then 10 drone cards for solo, 12 Queen's Contest cards for solo. So yeah, a bunch of cards, and we'll just quickly drone cards there. So these are the configurations. Got orders. We have Queen's Contest. Queen's Contest for solo, I believe. More configuration. That's the drone cards for solo. But yeah, these are miniature cards. These are like the little mini card size. Which is always more annoying to shuffle and such, but and backup cards has some different designs. But yeah. So, other than the fact that that was a little annoying that all the cards came mixed up like that. Otherwise, very cool. Very cute looking. I enjoy that there is the fun storage solution. I always look forward to that. It looks like there are bees playing games on the sides of the box with different like titles. Just like that's weird. Anyways, but yeah, that is Honey Buzz. So continue to collect games that work particularly for 2 players. As settling in for an evening with a board game or 2 with my wife is a fun way to end a day. And so keep collecting new ones. And this one looked cute. I will link down below where you can try and pick it up online. If you've played the game, I've seen a little bit about it, but never played it myself. Let me know your thoughts, of course. I always love hearing if you have tips, tricks, opinions. You can comment those down below. Subscribe if you haven't. Thank you for watching.